I have not seen this yet. It's 1 minute and 29 seconds.
Of what?
And this is going to lead us into the next topic. And it's an unlisted video. It has 792 views from 2 weeks ago. It is from the official GDC 2025. It has 1 like and 2 dislikes. It says, "Welcome to GDC 2025, Stephanie Hawkins." So let's listen. It's 1.5 minutes. See what she has to say.
Hello, I'm Stephanie Hawkins, event director for the Game Developers Conference, and I'm excited to welcome you to GDC 2025, where we'll be connecting the world through games. Every year, thousands of game developers come to San Francisco to learn, network, and grow their careers. And we've got some amazing things in store for 2025.
Real quick,
to learn.
I see this, and I'm like, man, the industry needs to shrink.
Is it weird that I didn't notice that? What I noticed is the fact that she has literally one of her headphones dangling out of her ear. Like, that's the most unprofessional thing I've ever seen. It's like,
oh, I didn't even notice.
Look at it. What? Look, it's just like dangling right there. Just like, look at
and
me.
It's like going through her shirt, which is hysterical.
Like, can't you just like not have that? Can't you just use a microphone?
That is actually.
She's literally using the mic. She's using the mic from her from the headphones
from the
record
iPhone.
This. Are you serious?
That's impressive.
You couldn't even be bothered to do a better job.
We've got some amazing things in store for 2025. We have
they have the opportunity right now to showcase. The first thing they're going to show is going to be like this is what is important about GDC. This is what should draw people and make them care. Hamstrung by golden handcuffs, diversity roles disappear 3 years after George Floyd's murder inspired them. The wave of change in workplaces through diversity, equity, inclusion roles has ... Black workers feel the brunt of the officer's absence. Diversity, equity, inclusion roles increased by 55% in 2020. By the end of last year, DEI professionals were losing their jobs as layoffs across the economy gained momentum. I don't understand. Like, what are we supposed to like feel mad? I don't know. Yes, this is that. What the problem is when you prop something up unnaturally, and then reality eventually, what goes up must come down. Once it finally starts to reach its equilibrium, people who are not all there mentally start to freak out and lose their minds. And we're seeing that in droves. GDC every year, they go out on the front yard and scream together. These people are not mentally all there. Maybe some of them can make games, but the problem is if you go to GDC, there's a very high likelihood that there's a connection to you having the woke mind virus. And the more I indulge myself in this world, the more I see that. I'm like, oh, there's almost a 1-for-1 correlation here where they all have different colored hair. They all bitch and moan about how DEI is falling out of favor, and they're all huddling together to prop each other up. They get laid off, and then other studios pick them up. There are friend networks connected by friend networks, and the talent is not there to sustain them, because if it was, they wouldn't be losing their jobs, and the games would be selling. And it really is that simple. And they don't want to hear the truth. They just want to hear, oh no, toxic positivity. Slay, queen. Please hire me at your company.
I have a question, though, for them. I have a question for these people. They keep it earlier with Wings, they quoting 80% to 20%, here 55%. Here's the better question I have for them. A, where are you getting this information from? Where are these numbers coming from? And two, who are the people who are spending time to discover this information? We could be curing cancer, and instead you're trying to figure out how, I need to do a study to discover whether or not diversity, equity, inclusion's increased by a certain percentage from 2020. Why are you even doing that?
And we actually talked about this on the previous stream where you discovered how that guy was writing the dissertations using fabricated information, pushing percentages of something that were not even cross peer reviewed, where it's like, wait, you have numbers you're sharing that aren't actually accurate, and it's being sourced to push an agenda that's not even based in reality.
All these people, I would not be surprised. I'm gonna throw it out there. I can't prove this, but I'm gonna throw it out there just based on the fact that I've done a lot of research on this kind of stuff. It would not surprise me if a lot of this data is just pulled out of their ass. Honestly, like none of I like show me the study where you found this, and then I want to see that study was not biased. I want to see that the study had a control group and had all this stuff. Show me, and they never can.
Well, even if they can, I would argue that doesn't actually tangibly prove anything.
Well, no, wait.
Well, no, but hold on. So saying DEI roles have increased by 55% in 2020, and then by the end of that, they start losing their jobs. What does any of this even mean? Like, what are you trying to prove? All it proves is that there was an unnatural push of DEI that should not have ever existed, and now it's coming back down to reality.
That's true, but what I'm saying is that if they at least did the due diligence of actually like doing a study or whatever, the information should be there. So you look at this and go, this doesn't make any sense. I look at it and say, okay, I want this to make sense. Show me how you found this.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to not just know, even if it doesn't matter whether it makes sense what they're saying. Okay, let me go on a limb. I believe whatever this is. Show me how you found it.
And furthermore, even after showing how you found it, I would go one step further and say, okay, now that I see how you found it, now show what it means and how it makes things better. Don't just say it's better because you need to explain what the word better means. Better because you're marginalized and you can't get a job because you suck at life, and DEI makes marginalized people get jobs when they shouldn't. So it makes life better for you. Is that what you mean by better? Like, because better is a very ambiguous word here.
That's true.
But anyway, let's see if they go to a better presentation after this.
Over 800 talks.
Yeah, she's not doing that. I mean,
why is that person wearing a mask?
That person, I see three.
Why are they all wearing masks?
I see four masks.
It's 2025, right?
I see four
masks. What are we doing?
I'm surprised more of them aren't. These are the people that were looking to get people fired for not wearing masks just 2 years ago. So
they're trying to diversify their air quality.
These
are
the people.
Get it? It's DEI for their air.
No, I get it. I just
sorry, it was terrible.
No, it wasn't terrible. It was just it was nauseatingly annoying. Not because it was funny, but too true. It was too true. That's. But these are the people that were pushing their agendas for multiple years through a bullshit pandemic that I was calling throughout it, by the way. And now here we are, and everyone's like, "Oh, I guess it was pretty bullshit." Interesting.
Covering popular games, new techniques, emergent technologies, and much more. On the expo floor, you can meet industry leaders, see exclusive demos, and get hands-on with the latest tech. There are so many ways to network, from joining our speed networking sessions on the show floor to finding a walking buddy through the GDC Travel Together program. Then there's the debut of the first ever.
Who?
You rewind a little bit. I think it showed Valheim.
Rebecca?
I'm familiar. There, right there. No,
walking buddy through the
there. Valheim. Right
there.
Valheim.
I thought you said Valentine. I thought you were talking about
Valheim. I saw it and I'm familiar with that game, so I'm like, oh, I played it.
GDC Travel Together program. Then there's the debut of the first ever GDC After Hours party, GDC Nights.
Which, here's the thing, GDC at the end of the day is a gratification jerk fest for each other to get each other off. They don't actually accomplish anything. It's networking for wokies. It's, hey, I'm not talented, but do you want to give me a card in case I get laid off by my company? Sure, I'm not talented either. I'll do the same for you, and we'll get I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine. It's networking for non-talented people. That's what GDC is. And it's being propped up by the likes of Microsoft and other major behemoths, Epic Games. I'm trying to think of the other major sponsors.
Isn't Kim Belair speaking there this year?
She is. And we're going to talk about that later, but yes, she is. We'll go to the schedule after this. But yes, all these people are being propped up and paid for by these mega corporations that are pushing the ideologies further. Why is Microsoft not sponsoring something that's not woke? because they want the ideology. It's an agenda, and it's right out there in the open. They'll tell you straight up that they don't want to push someone who's not woke. They want to push the woke ideology every time. It's interesting. But anyways,
happening on Monday and Thursday from 6:30 to 10 p.m. Of course, one of my favorite things
nose ring spotted
would be random encounters, waiting in line for a session and making a new connection, walking the expo floor and finding that friend that you haven't seen since, well, the last GDC. All of these things and more are part of what makes GDC the premier event for game industry professionals.
It's too bad too, because like this could be a really special, cool event. And maybe at one point it was years ago, but it's been completely overrun and taken over by these types of people where it's just push the ideology, agree with the woke mindset, become part of the cult, or be excommunicated from them.
You know what's funny though? I look at this and I see the art style in the background, and it automatically lets me know exactly who these people are. Because I'm sorry, I'm not saying that all styles like this are bad, but you ever see these like new retro styles, like they try to do these clever things with the shapes and the lines and the whatever you could see in the back there, and it's kind of like it doesn't work.
Well, it's the bisexual lighting that we were talking about that last night in the last stream, but yeah,
well, it's not just the lighting. Look at the background. Look at the background. It's got like a bunch of lines, then a square, then a purple square, then a blue this, and it's like, okay, doesn't really work.
No, it doesn't. But it's not supposed to work. It's supposed to signal to say you are welcome. This is a place for you, trans people. People that are part of our cult, it's okay for you to be here. It's like a dog whistle for them.
I'd be insulted, honestly.
Well,
it's like if you're gonna try to attract me to something, at least do a better job making it look appealing. Sorry.
Yeah.
I can't wait to welcome you among them. See you at GDC.
That was so bad. She has to like read a prompter for 5 seconds. She can't even say. She can't even say.
You gotta take a picture of that. That has to be the thumbnail. That has to be the thumbnail when you cover this. This is the perfect image right here. Right here. You gotta take a screenshot of that.
I will.